How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Most of the time when we buy things, they depreciate in value over time. Sometimes they depreciate so much that they end up with a zero value at the end. Now, today I'm going to talk about some of the things that I bought that they actually appreciated in value over time and sometimes to a large degree. I find that this is very interesting. I actually sold these things at a large profit. So I'm going to share some of these things with you guys for today. This video is brought to you by Webull. You can get 3 free stocks valued up to $3,300 just for opening up and funding an account. You can also get $5 worth of crypto just for enabling the crypto trading aspect of Webull and trading just $1 of it in there. If you guys are interested in helping out this channel, you can sign up for this free trading account. It's completely free. It's not going to cost you anything, and you get free stocks just for signing up. Check out my referral link down in the video description below. The first thing I want to talk about is this really large cache of bulk Legos I bought a long time ago. I was not really searching for Legos. I was just looking around on Facebook Marketplace, and there was one listing saying, you know, there's a whole bunch of Legos for sale. They wanted, I don't know, $50, $60 for it. And then when I got there, it was actually a lot more. It was like 5-6 boxes worth of Legos. And I actually had to fill up my entire car, all the trunk, the entire passenger seat, it was just filled to the top. So I got it down like a little bit lower. It seems like this guy wanted to get rid of all his Legos. So I spent an entire week assembling all this stuff, and I put a lot of Legos inside this entire home. It just kind of spread across every single piece of floor space over here, and I just organized it by color, and I eventually assembled all of them into various different sets. There were like 20 Star Wars sets in there or something like that, and a bunch of other sets like Ninjago, and there's so many different ones. And I eventually sold off each and single one of them. They may not include all the pieces, so I just tried to put them together as much as I could, and then I just flipped on them on eBay saying that this is not a complete set. Whatever you see is what you're gonna get, and still a lot of people bid on it. One of the more interesting aspect of these sets is one thing that I sold, which is just one single piece. It's an octagonal piece from a UCS TIE Interceptor. UCS stands for Ultimate Collector's Edition. It's like a higher end type of Lego where there's more pieces. Usually it's like for Star Wars stuff. So I sold this just one part for like around $120. I was like, oh my gosh, right? So when I look it up right now, you know, they're selling it for only $50. So the timing of sale also matters, right? For some reason back then, people really like Star Wars Legos because the Star Wars, I think episode 2 or 3 just came out and people were like really hot on it. So you might want to wait for the Star Wars release of the films, and then all of a sudden the prices for all the Legos is going to jump up a little bit. But of course, with all 9 episodes released now, you know, there's not as much as a fervor, but you know, you still have Boba Fett being released. So then there's like a continual Star Wars fever going on, but maybe not as much as for the old pieces. The next thing that I bought and sold for a pretty good profit was a game that I never thought anything of. I bought a game called Mr. Mosquito on PlayStation 2 for like 20 bucks, right? I just thought that was a really interesting game. You fly as a mosquito, and your task is to fly around this Japanese household and try to extract blood from, you know, the people that are living there, and then you're just trying to avoid detection. If you get detected, they're gonna try to swat you and you die. So this game, it's just basically a mosquito simulation. And check it out. These days, if you buy the game completely new and unopened, it's gonna be $200. I actually sold it for around $60 or so because it was open and I, you know, played with the game and all. But this is a really expensive game considering it's a really old PS2 game, and considering games these days are like $70, $80 for a brand new game. Another interesting thing that I bought was a Metcal soldering iron. When I bought it at the time, it was actually 3 non-working Metcal power supplies. It was just the base unit. So I got the schematics and I can salvage from one into another. Maybe I can like combine them to create one working power supply. But it turns out as soon as I took it out of the box, all three actually worked. And I eventually sold two of the three for $300 each or so, $200 to $300. So this was a definite gain of, I don't know, maybe like 300% or so. The next item is just some random stuff that you buy from your childhood, you know, like Monopoly stock trading add-on from Essex. I think this was like $10 or $20 at the most. And if you look on eBay right now, they go for around $100. Maybe less right now, but I definitely sold mine for like $100, $110 or so, just maybe like 6 months ago. You just have to do a bunch of research for a lot of different items, and eventually maybe 1 out of 30 or 40, you're gonna find that, wow, you know, this actually is worth a lot of money. Another item is a early Roomba. I bought refurbished for $200, and then I sold it probably like 2 years ago on eBay, also for roughly the same amount. It's weird, like it's like a 10-year-old Roomba, but someone was still willing to buy it even though the battery's dead, it's completely used, it's still functional, but then people are still willing to pay a lot of money for it. Another thing I bought just for my own curiosity is the Lego monorail. It's like a Futuron thing. If you just buy one set used, it's $300. I bought this set and an add-on set. So it's like 2 sets put together. It's like an extended set. It should have been worth about twice as much. And I eventually sold the entire thing for around $700 for like double whatever I paid. So I thought I was buying it for like a really expensive thing, right? You're spending like $300 or $400 on some old Lego set. This is like a big deal. It's a lot of money. But then eventually I played with it, refurbished it, made sure everything works. And then when I flipped it back on eBay, after I got all bored of it, right? You're like, oh, okay, my life goal has been fulfilled. Once it has been fulfilled, you actually don't want it anymore. You don't have this kind of urge, always thinking, what if I had it? What if I played with it, right? It's just a weird thing. You're gonna get it out of your system and then you don't even want it anymore. Like for myself, I had bought this Voltron Vehicle Force. That's another thing that's similar to this Lego monorail thing. And you just don't want it anymore and you flip it. And lo and behold, wow, you know, I actually made a profit just doing this little sort of like childhood pilgrimage, I guess. You might want to ask, how the heck do you duplicate this? Half the time, it's just dumb luck, right? I never knew buying a Monopoly stock trading add-on is going to 10x in price, but I did know that when I bought the bulk Lego, I was going to definitely make a lot of money on that because I was buying it at such a low price. You make your money when you buy the item, and you know no matter what you do, if you sell it for like really, really deep discount, you're still gonna make a whole bunch of money on it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at all these random items that appreciated in value. I always think that these things are very interesting for myself. I always tell other people, it's like, look, I bought this thing, I sold it for more, you know, it's kind of like a mental trophy. It's always kind of fun. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.